Good afternoon and welcome to this week's video. Today I want to talk a little bit again about what I spoke about 2 weeks ago. This is the window, probably a 3-month window that we're going to see for first-time home buyers to be able to buy a home. Now, there's been news out there that we are starting to see a shift, a small shift in the market, and forecasts are telling us that we might see a drop in prices. Now it's minuscule. When I read the headlines and he was saying drop in prices, I thought it was going to be something a little bit more. But the drop in prices here that they're talking about, and actually comes from Zillow, is about 1.7%. Now, why is this happening? Well, it's quite simple. The reason why it's happening is because right now, in order for a household to be able to afford a median home, and a median home will be probably the property that you will be buying your second time around or your third time around. It's going to be kind of like where you're going to set your family, your kids are going to go to middle school, probably elementary school, middle school, high school, right? And in order for a household to afford the monthly payment on this home, right now the interest rates are higher. The household needs to make about 121,000. Well, inflation has gone up, rates have gone up, and salaries have maintained the same. And right now the average salary for a household is about 79,000. So we have a $41,000 gap. And that means that if we have this gap, then homes are going to become a little bit more affordable due to the fact that not that many people can buy it. Now, I think in a sense there has been a problem for the last couple of years, and that is that the properties have been overpriced. So they're coming probably back to where they're supposed to be. But again, it's not a massive shift, right? We're talking here about 1.7%. But that is still an important number. Because let's say, for example, that the homes are going to go down a little bit in value, that 1.7% or 2% or 3% or whatever it is in your market, that allows you to come into a home with seller concessions. That means it can save you, let's say that the home is $300,000, $9,000 in seller closing costs, right? So if you take advantage of these numbers that are presenting right now in your favor, you can actually negotiate and get into a home with favorable terms for you, probably at a discount, probably with some equity. And at the same time, it would be easier for a realtor, your realtor, and myself to negotiate seller concessions. So this is a great opportunity for you. Now, why do I say that this is not going to last too long? Because if we read what is going on in the market, in which the stock market is not stable, at the same time, when the stock market is not stable, people tend to move their money. And I'm talking, when I say people, I'm talking about institutional investors. They move their money to bonds. Well, that is not happening either. Why? Because all these talks of tariffs and, for lack of a better word, the country reneging and a lot of promises with other countries are not really trusting us anymore, right? So, and those are institutional investors. So they're not buying our bonds. Some of our institutional investors here are not buying our bonds either. So what that is creating now is that a lot of these institutional investors are going to start buying real estate. And you probably remember during the COVID years, there was a lot of institutions out there that were buying homes cash. And they were giving the sellers top value. Why? Because they knew the properties were going to go up. And that's the only place the properties will go up. I mean, they have to go up because if we have these tariffs, and these tariffs, we have tariffs, and I think we have tariffs on timber. I don't know if there's an exception on it, but I believe that there is. Tariffs on steel, tariffs on everything that comes from China, that could be from piping to the electrical cords. I mean, I would say about 80% of everything that the house is made out of, it's either made in China or Mexico or another country. is becoming extremely expensive for builders to build. So the inventory that we have is what we have. Now, if people can't afford to buy it, then you're going to have this investors offering top dollar for homes, buying them in cash and holding them. And that will be a great investment for them because it protects their money against inflation, gives them equity, and at the same time pays them a monthly rent once they have it rented or whatever they decide to do with it. So make it a goal of yours to take advantage of this. If you are pre-approved right now to buy a home, make it a goal for you to be in a home by the end of the summer. If you're not quite there yet, then give me a call. We can set up a program for you to accelerate this, right? And if you don't know where you're at, even better. Call me. I'll be more than happy to help you find out where is it that you're at and make sure that we can get you into a home as soon as possible. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me, 480-542-8890. Have a wonderful weekend.